Hey, all praise, honor, and glory goes unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, peace and blessings unto the elect of the nation of Israel, men, women, and children, Shalom. Peace and blessings unto the elect, wherever you may be scattered, you also that have the outward appearance, the physical appearance of the heathen, but your spirit goes back to that of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You believe on the gospel. All right, in the true name of Yahweh Shema Shah, to you I say Shalom. I'm going to play this brief clip in which I seen lessons, brothers been doing on it. I seen this clip actually a few days ago in which I just want to touch on it real fast. As you see the title, Cry Me a River, Boo Hoo. All right, and the women, all right, of the Israelite woman in particular, all right, is going to feel the effects of siding with the oppressor. All right, it's going to be a small, very few, well, I'm going to say, yeah, a small, very few number of women that are going to be granted to be saved, all right, for the sake of childbearing, to bring forth children, all right, sons and daughters of the nation Israel, according to the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, as Noah, all right, his wife, his sons' wives were saved, all right, and taken in exchange for the world to repopulate the earth, all right, the elect remnant, starting with the men, the 144,000 men sanctified and chosen from the foundation of the earth to receive and partake in that salvation. The Lord is going to grant certain women to be saved. But the time we're in now, all right, the women is going to start feeling the side effects of, disassociating, if you will, herself from her heritage and from, what the men of the Lord are saying, all right, to the world, all right, particularly to the Israelites. The women have neglected, all right, and chose to live in pleasure, all right, and, sin for a short season while the world is up, and they're feeling the effects of it. So let's play this clip, and Lord, and this will be edifying to the elect.
Just my finances, like the budgeting. You see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah,
like I notice it in me now, just nitpicking, and it's not even. I just don't have it like to spend the liquid.
Yeah,
I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account, but it's just my finances.
Yep. And what does scripture say? Riches profit not in the day of wrath. And everybody's feeling the squeeze, man. I'm feeling it. All right, we paying a bill, paying a car note. You got to work hours. All right, and we know Yahweh Shema Shah, his word comes first. All right, because this is what's valuable. But the people of the world, they don't have any faith. They don't have any belief in the kingdom to come. And their belief is in Esau Edom's system. All right. And eventually, Yahweh Shema Shah is going to make Esau Edom bring forth the microchip, the RFID microchips prophesied about. We know war is on the horizon, but this technology eventually is going to be presented. All right. And there's not going to be any more liquid cash. All right. You're buying and selling, your livelihood will be on that CHIP, RFID. All right. And that's what's going to be presented. But speaking back to the point of the women, all right, because, right, they're in La La Land, they're in Wally World. And they think, prophecy is not going to come to pass. All y'all niggas just tripping, y'all yelling. All right. Well, really, the signs in the earth and Yahweh Shema Shah is working. But nonetheless, let's grab a few precepts and Lord willing this be edifying real quick. Proverbs 11:4, it says, riches, money, whatever you accumulated substance here in America, because this is captivity for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, men, women, and children. All right. Now, if the Lord gives us things, we know our heart is not set upon it. All right. Scriptures tell us that in the Apocrypha, man. He that buyeth shall be there as one that selleth. He that gaineth there is one that shall lose. All right. He that begot of children as one shall, So our mind is not set upon it. Whatever we do have here, we're at the very end of a society of rulership. All right. This is Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath. What is the day of wrath? The day of Jacob's trouble, the day of judgment. Yahweh shall return. This devil coming down with great wrath, persecuting us for our belief, this word, this truth. All right. So riches, substance, physical, monetary, nothing carnal is going to be able to benefit us, in this time coming. That's why we're storing up spiritual works. We're praying, hoping that we're found worthy to be protected in these times, man. All right, present our bodies a living sacrifice. All right, doing all we can now so that the Lord willing, may find us acceptable in the time when he's bringing evil and judgment upon the world. All right, and judging the earth. Proverbs 11:4, riches profit not in their wrath, but righteousness deliver from death. All right, and how do a woman, all right, how does she display her righteousness? Well, ultimately it's by being subservient to your man. That is your God. What does scripture say? Even as Sarah called Abraham Lord. All right, so being obedient to your man, respecting your man, reverencing your man, aiding your household. Proverbs 31. And that's a way of life, a conduct. All right, just like we have to fight the flesh, go out and preach the word, be an example. All right, be chaste versions of Hamashiach. Our conduct has to line up to the best of our ability. We have to pray to make sure we're in order. You women have to fight to do the same thing, to display your righteousness, to hopefully make it out. All right, nothing of this world is going to get you in good graces with Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, really you need to be serving a man of the Lord, and the Lord is going to make everything happen in due time. All right, let's go to, you read the book of Tobit. All right, that Unisys he brought together. All right, he brought them forth together. All right, but they were putting forth works, and the prayer was made, and the Lord heard it. All right, so the Lord's going to join certain men to women for the sake of being saved. All right, based off prophecy. All right, but the women of this world are going to be destitute. All right, let's grab that. All right, why? Because they esteem the way of this world, man. They don't esteem righteousness, the ancient path. All right, how to, receive salvation, etc. All right, Salaki. This is let me see. 1 Timothy chapter 5. Bear with me. I'm keeping my head on the swivel. I'm outside. 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 6. It says, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And the majority of our women, claim to be living in pleasure. And really they not doing nothing, man. All right, they're not living it up. All right, the little freedom to rebel and to be slush and harlots and to have men buy their what that shit called OnlyFans. All right, so they can freaking trick off the money. That's them living in pleasure. Them not being up under heads of a man. You're living a death style. All right, and in the day of Jacob's trouble and judgment, the Lord's going to reward you according to the fruit of your doings. All right? How you conducted yourself in the earth, how you've acted toward the men of your nation, how you, all right, had a snobbish look toward the men that's doing this work. All right? In truth and sincerity, declaring unto you the will of Yahweh Shema Shai and how you ought to be acting in the earth. Men, women, and child. All right? But the men of the Lord are going to be the protection, the only protection in that time. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, so the tables are going to turn. All right, nonetheless, 1 Timothy 5 and 6, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. All right, so while you're breathing and going to the club with your stilettos and your skirts, all right, we see it every day. You're always at the bars, drinking martinis and shots, posting on Instagram, flipping your hair. Hey, man, these women are about to feel it. They already feeling it. All right, they're barely making ends meet. Ray and Timmy, all right, got to eat noodles because, it's hard. All right. And what does the scripture say about the righteous, man? All right. All right. And a woman is going to be saved based off of her being with the men of the Lord. So the only way that a woman is going to be good in these times is not by herself and the Lord looking out for her individually. No, it's going to be because she's up under, all right, the guidance, all right, and she's being, popped, to put it raw. She's a husband to a righteous man of elect man of the Lord, all right. Psalms 37 and 25, and she's being an aid to that man, not a nuisance and a pest, all right. Psalms 37:25. It says, I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. All right? And Yahweh Shema Shah covered Noah, his woman, all right, his sons and their wives. All right, now we don't know if the woman you're with, going to be saved or not, but hey, man, it's woman for the elect. And really, that's not the focus, but the point is, that these women are about to feel it, and the woman that's not going to feel it, all right, you're going to go through tribulation, but you're not going to be left out and forsaken and trodden down as the mar of the streets, as the majority of these women are, all right? Let's go to Isaiah 4:1. It says, and in that day, 7 women, meaning complete, shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, our own clothes. Only let us be called by thy name. Why? Because the protection, the comfort is going to be with the righteous men of the Lord. They've been doing the work, suffering. All right. When all hell breaks loose, that's going to be the elect men time to shine and thrive. All right. Job 5. All right. And the women is going to cleave to that. But every woman is not going to be able to get up under that spiritual hedge of Yahweh Shema Shah through a men of the Lord. All right. Because they lived in pleasure. All right. Now it's time to reap death. All right. Isaiah 4:1, it says, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. You see? Let me see what verse 2 says. That's it. And she up there crying. I believe she, a few years ago, was a video of her downing the regular working class man. And now look at her in the same predicament, fucked up. All right? But the thing is with us, man, we got faith in Yahweh Shema Shah. Despite whatever we go through, man, Lord, will we maintain it to get the victory? And we're found worthy to stand before the Son of Man. All right? Nonetheless, all right, we know eventually all this shit we're going to have to leave it behind anyway. All right? But we got to take care of our business while we're here in order to keep pushing. All right? Prophecy. Nonetheless, this is Micah chapter 7 and verse 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah thy God? Right? And some women say this verbatim, y'all God ain't, where y'all God? But their actions display it too. All right? Their actions a lot of time echoes this precept, man. They don't really believe based off of what they do and how they treat, all right, in the way they're living in the earth. All right? Talking about women that know the Israelites and that don't know the Israelites. All right? A lot of times we preaching and teaching, we see the so-called nigga woman, mainly the black woman. She's the leader. All right? Snarl her face, look, mugging across the street, which, we don't let that shit get her to her. You got a wig, and and the Latina woman, she just keeps walking like it doesn't concern her. All right? Our women are in for a rude awakening. Yahweh Shema Shai, Ba Shemar Hakwadash is going to be the one to shake their ass up. All right? And he's going to show them that their only hedge of protection is getting up under a righteous man of of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? Nonetheless, Micah 7 and 10, it says, then she that is my enemy, adversary, just like the white man. All right? The majority of our women are enemies. They sided with the serpent. They have a pact with the serpent, and they're reaping the fruits of it now. That's why they're not up under us. All right? That's why they're the enemies. That's why all these Jim Crow, all right, Section 8, you're out of the house. This is our enemy for the most part. All right? So you might as well get a heathen. Nonetheless, Micah 7 and 10, it says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Right? So prophecy is going to put them in a predicament, and where they're eating all their words. All right? And they're knowing Yahweh Shema Shah, and the minute he said it to preach this word is the truth. All right? And that's the only comfort. All right? Nonetheless, that was the point. Let me she shall be saved in childbearing. And we're not going to have no beat up old women. Neither is going to be young women that can bear children. All right? In their fertility. ready to, do motherly duties, etc. All right? It's going to return back to the ancient way. We're not going to have no busted up, disgusted. All right? Even if the women are older, the Lord's going to change, giving them back their beauty, their youth. All right? According to the scriptures. You're going to change us all anyway. All right? But like the apostle said, man, we're going to have young, virile women ready to bring forth children. All right? Etc. Nonetheless. 1 Timothy 2:15. It says, I started 9. It says, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. Right? A lot of our women, they're not modest, and we know why. The predicament, the curses. And the Lord really don't want us to be carnal. He don't want us having, we're soldiers, man. We're locked in. All right? This is not a forever predicament that we're in. All right? But the woman, she's about to feel it. There's going to be a lot of weeping, gnashing, hollering of teeth, hollering, gnashing of teeth. The goodies are going to be taken away. All right? According to the book of Isaiah, the 3rd chapter. And this is all intentionally done in the spirit, and the Lord is using the left hand to do it. Esau, Edom. All right? And they're going to have to submit. The Lord's going to break them down to where they have to get up under our heads. Lord willing, I am you in that. I am of that number, you that believe also. All right? If we're upon earth. All right? This is 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not pill popping and being drunk and gadding abroad. All right? And the majority of our women do opposite of this verse 9. All right? Not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becoming woman professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived, beguiled, tricked, was in the transgression, sin. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, bringing forth children, if they continue in faith, in charity, and holiness with sobriety. Right, so just a brief lesson, man. We want to show you women are, that's the spirit. You women are about to receive it. All right? You're flaunting yourself on the internet, in which, it's good eye candy. We're heterosexual men. We like to see it, but we don't just be lusting, mouth drooling all the time. All right? But, hey, scriptures talk about how a woman cheereth the countenance, man. All right? And the Lord do give us little pockets where we can have a little fun, but the main thing is the main thing, and a lot of you bitches are going to die. All right? And you've earned it. You're going to be destroyed. All right? You have no pleasure, all right, in being modest, shamefacedness. Why? Because the oppressor tells you that you can be something. You can earn 6 figures. You don't have to be up under a man. It's equal opportunity. All right, which the Lord's not dealing with that. But hey, man, Lord willing, this less edifying. All praise, honor, and glory goes into Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadah, Shalom.